Hi, this is Mr. Swanson. Welcome to my science class where we'll be learning about Earth and life science. Just a little bit about me. I went to St. John's where I studied biochemistry and math. After college, I volunteered for the Benedictine Volunteer Corps for 2 years where I volunteered in Chicago and the Bahamas. After that, I accepted my calling to become a teacher where I went to the Notre Dame's graduate program in education. Through that, I taught in Mississippi for 2 years, high school chemistry and physics. I also coached a lot of football and baseball down there. I missed home and I didn't like the heat, so I came back up to Minnesota where I taught middle school science in Rochester, Minnesota, and really found my love for working with the middle school age students. Here is a little picture of my bearded dragon. Here's our class pet. His name is Hopper, and he will be making his appearance the first week of school. I love to use them in as many different lessons and activities as I can. This has been a very busy summer for me. I have done a lot of moved from Rochester to Minneapolis, now to Minnetonka. I've traveled to New York, Seattle, Niagara Falls, and Kalamazoo with a couple weddings mixed in there. But most importantly, I have researched at 3M for 6 weeks where I researched the molecular detection of foodborne pathogens, including Salmonella and Chronobacter, and that was a really fun experience that I can't wait to share with the students. As a relatively new teacher, I love trying new things and working to meet the needs of all of my students. So I really enjoy trying all sorts of new teaching techniques. However, nothing's more important than feedback. I love feedback. I try to give the students great feedback, but I also need feedback myself. So I will often ask students and parents to give me feedback because, after all, I really want all the children to be successful, and sometimes you guys know what's best. So please make sure to tell me very much upfront any concerns or issues that you're having, and I can work to address them as quickly as possible. Respect is key in my class. I think once everybody is on the same page and we all understand that we're all here to help each other learn, I think that's when we're going to be able to start meeting the very high expectations that I have for the students. I love science and I want everybody to be successful. And if everybody participates and is respectful of each other, I think everything will work out well. The grading will be in accordance with the other 7th grade science teachers as well as most of the other 7th grade teachers. Summative and formative assessments will be making up most of the grade. Tests are more summative, quizzes and homework are more formative. But mostly we'll have 10 to 15 minutes of homework a night that will consist of a video or an article to read that either introduces the next lesson or kind of sums up the previous lesson. From time to time, we all miss class, and so the best thing to do is keep up with Schoology and talk with friends. However, I can help as well, but I would use me as a last resort. But I can always help you get caught up, or even if you were in class, learn more. Tuesday mornings, advisory time, I think on Thursdays, and before after school by appointment. I will always help. I love science, and what's better is if I can help you learn about science. There will be some in-class textbooks that we can use. However, all the content that we will have is available digitally, which makes for less material that you have to bring back and forth to school every day. For honors life science, we will have one thick textbook that we will have in class, and again, it is available online. Here's the general scope and sequence for life science. We'll start off with the scientific method and go from kind of small to big as far as cells being small and human body and ecology being a larger subject, and we'll cap the year off with a very fun frog dissection. Honors Life Science will be a little bit different. Pretty much we are going to go more in depth into the content, and there's going to be a little bit more level of responsibility on individual learning so we can have more high-level group conversations in class. For Earth Science, we will have a couple different units, but they will center around the plate tectonics and geology, meteorology, and astronomy. I think communication is key, and I think the best way to communicate with me is via email. I will be sending out weekly emails that pretty much say this week in life science or this week in earth science. And I'll just give you a very informal, like, this is what we're going to be doing this week in class. I find it's most helpful when parents talk to their kids about what we're doing in class, maybe over dinner or during the car ride. And so I'm providing you a little bit of background so you're able to help communicate with them better. I'm going to assume you are checking grades, so I'm not going to be overly concerned with grades. I'm going to be more concerned with making sure they are doing the best they can in class. And in conclusion, I really think science is the key to solving most of the problems that we have in our society. And I think this can be done when we develop our passion for science. I'm clearly very passionate about many fields of science, and I truly feel that everyone can be successful in a field of science. So we're going to be working towards building that passion and developing that passion for science this year. We will work hard, and we will have a lot of fun.